Hi, everybody. This is Adam Swiderski, editor-in-chief of Sci-Fi Wire, and I am joined by editor-at-large Aaron Sagers to talk Wonder Woman. Aaron, tell us about your journey last week. Where'd you go?
As you know, Adam, I went to London to the Warner Brothers production facility out there, where they are currently putting the final touches on Patty Jenkins' directed Wonder Woman, starring Gal Gadot. And I was treated to 4 scenes from this movie that were pretty polished off. They still had some temporary effects. Also had an extensive conversation with Patty Jenkins and got a full breakdown of the first 1/3 of the movie, of the plot.
You'll be able to read a lot about that stuff on SyfyWire.com, so you can check it out. But tell us about your impression of the movie, of what you saw.
Well, obviously there's a lot riding on this movie. There is the sense that the previous DCEU movies, Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, made a lot of money, but were not exactly critical hits. Plus, this is the first big screen Wonder Woman movie, live action movie. So, and it's an iconic character, 75 years of this character, so it's a big deal. So I was nervous, and yet I would say that the tone feels right. It's, 15 minutes of footage. It's hard to pass judgment on an entire movie that way, but it had humor. There was sort of a lightness between Steve Trevor and Diana, the character of Diana, and there was a interesting action sequence. I would actually say that it reminded me a little bit of Captain America: The First Avenger and Richard Donner's Superman.
Wow, that's a big comparison.
I know that is yeah. But this is based on a couple scenes that were shown to me, and I'm sure those were showcase scenes. You know, they wanted to say, like, this is what we're really proud of at this moment.
Can you tell us about the scenes that you saw?
I most certainly can. The first one is really Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor leave Themyscira. Steve Trevor has captured this notebook from the Germans. This is set during World War I, and an armistice is on the way, is about to be signed, but he has this notebook that suggests that this General Ludendorff, played by Denny Huston, he's crafting this weapon of mass destruction. So Steve Trevor crash lands on Themyscira. There's a big battle, and then eventually Diana decides to get him off the island, to get him back to the mainland and deliver this notebook. Meanwhile, she thinks that the god of war Ares is behind World War I, so she wants to go find and destroy Ares using the god killer sword. There's a lot to unpack there. But so they're on a boat, though. The scene is really them on a boat, and they're having a conversation about her mission. She says, I'm the daughter of Hippolyta and formed out of clay, and there's a little bit of banter about what it's like to be a woman on Themyscira, what it's like without men on the island, what's the deal with relationships and marriage and sex on in the Amazonian homeworld, and there's even like kind of a awkward conversation about whether or not he should be sleeping next to Diana on this boat. You know, she's saying, it's okay, you can sleep next to me. He's like, well, men aren't normally allowed to sleep next to women. And she's like, oh, so you don't sleep with women? He's like, no, I sleep with women. It's just typically it's not allowed unless they're married. She's like, well, what is this, marriage? So it really establishes these characters and the dynamic between them.
And we've had some reports early on that from test screenings that Steve Trevor is a major player in the film. Is that something that you saw borne out through what you saw?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Patty Jenkins even said that she really put a lot of importance on Steve Trevor. He is not a damsel in distress. She wanted him to be a man that a strong demigod like Wonder Woman would fall in love with, someone that the audiences would fall in love with as well. Confident, take charge. He's a spy, he's got that swagger, and it's Chris Pine, like that actor carries that character of Kirk almost through this Steve Trevor role as well. So I liked him. I liked that he was likable, he was cocky but not too arrogant, and it fit for this first scene.
And obviously Gal Gadot is the star of the show. What was your impression of her performance?
She is, as Wonder Woman, she's a young woman. She's still learning her powers, and what I thought worked with her performance was that she's not a strident type of character. She doesn't really have this feminist agenda or anything like that. Instead, she is she just is matter of fact. You know, there's at one point where Steve Trevor says, you know, we need to get this notebook to the men that can stop this war. She's like, I'm the man for the job. And she's just saying that matter of factly, like, look, I'm a badass. Like, I'm just going to go do it. But it's likable. It's like that naivete with a confidence that really works for her. So I think she was the best part of Batman vs Superman as well. So I think that that character and the charisma is really cool to see. And there's a scene, this battlefield scene, you probably... It was touched on in one of the trailers where she's kind of marching across this no man's land, and this is like the really big hero reveal for Diana in her costume, where she's stopping bullets with her gauntlets and just charging across this field. But she's not doing it as a look at how cool I am, look at me. It's just like, I got to get there, so I'm going.
What was your biggest takeaway from your conversations with Patty Jenkins about her approach to the film?
Well, we've read that she was a big fan of Wonder Woman, and I would say that the big takeaway is like the passion that she has with it and the enthusiasm. She's really focusing on this is a Wonder Woman origin story, and this is a character she wants. People already love her. She wants them to love her more, and really see the roots of this character. I would say that it was inspiring, and it was, again, 50 minutes of footage and a long conversation with her, but I'm hopeful. I'm encouraged.
I was going to ask that. A lot riding on this for the DCEU. Do you walk away optimistic?
Most certainly. I am cautiously optimistic, and I am enthusiastic to see what is going to be on the big screen on June 2nd.
Great. Well, and you can check out all of Aaron's reports from his visit to the Wonder Woman edit bay on SyfyWire.com. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you're looking forward to with the Wonder Woman movie. And thanks for joining us. Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.